My name is Bo Kaufman. I'm a real estate agent with RE/MAX Performance Realty in Winnipeg. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why homeowners list their home with a realtor. And no matter what the market is, whether it's a hot market like we're seeing right now in Winnipeg or a slow market, the fact remains that approximately 90% of homes are sold with a realtor. And to understand why this is so, we're going to take a look at 3 different ways that you can sell your house. But it's important to understand that the end goal is not simply to sell it, because you can do that yourself. That's not really the end goal. The end goal is to sell it to the best buyer, to find the one that has the most motivation and the most money and is willing to spend that money on your house. So the 3 different ways are, we can start with the word of mouth method. And you can ask your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, and certainly in a hot market like Winnipeg, you can sell your house that way. And keep in mind that with this method, you're only going to reach about 50 to 100 people because how many people can you ask yourself? And the chance of finding that one perfect buyer is pretty remote. The next method is you go to Canadian Tire or Home Depot, my 2 favorite stores, and for about $2 you can get yourself one of these. House for sale, or any variation thereof. Private sale, house for sale. And what you're starting to do now is you're starting to advertise and market. Some people then take an ad out in the Free Press or in one of the other local papers and spend a little bit of money on that. And now what you're doing is you're accessing a larger pool of buyers. You're reaching more people. And your chance of finding that perfect buyer, the one that's willing to pay you the most, is increased, but it's still not, you're still not going to reach everybody. A variation of this method would be to spend that $700 on one of those ad packages. They have them in the States. I'm not allowed to say who they are locally, but they certainly have them all over Canada and the States as well, called isoldmyhouse.com, you don't need a realtor.com, and any variation of those. And what you're doing there is you're buying a space in their magazine and a space on their internet. And you're accessing more buyers, but it's the kind of buyers that you're finding that's really important. It's the private buyers. It's buyers that are working by themselves, looking for a house on their own. And I've actually created a video that's called 6 Top Reasons Why Buyers Work with Real Estate Agents. And it's available on my website. And there's actually a whole number of reasons why buyers work with a realtor. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to invest $200,000–300,000 in a house. I'm going to want professional advice. And that's just one of many reasons. But there's only one reason why buyers would work on their own, and that's because they're thinking they can find a bargain. If you're a private seller, that's the kind of buyers that you're going to have accessing you. Not people that are educated or not people that are seriously looking for a house, but people that are looking for a bargain. So that brings us to the 3rd method, which is, I'm going to use this one as listing with a realtor. And what's interesting is that the very same marketing principles that make this better than word of mouth make this better than all the other methods. And that is, by listing with a realtor, you now suddenly have access to all the most serious buyers in the marketplace today. And whenever I have an open house, this is kind of interesting, I have an open house and I get dozens of people coming through, I always ask everybody, are you working with a realtor? And many of them say yes, and the ones that say no usually give a reason that they're just starting to look. They don't want to waste a realtor's time. They're just looking on their own to get a feel for the market. And then quite often I'll ask those same people, well, what do you think of this house? And very often I'll get the answer, ooh, it's priced a little high. And then 2 days later the house will sell for multiple offers and $20,000 more than asking. But the kind of buyers that are looking on their own initially just aren't attuned to the market. They're kind of shocked by what they see, and they're just simply not ready. As a private seller, that's who you're most likely accessing. And I'm going to draw an analogy to fishing. Let's say you are entering a fishing derby, and the idea is that in 3 days you catch the biggest fish. That's the prize. And the biggest fish, of course, is the analogy to the best buyer. And the first method is you can pick a lake at random. You go on a map, you pick a lake, not knowing anything about the lake. You go to the shore, you throw a fishing rod in, and you catch fish one at a time. And at the end of the 3 days, you take your biggest fish and you hope to win the prize. Well, I think you'll know that that's pretty far-fetched and pretty remote chance of you winning the Derby that way. The next method would be to pick a lake that you know contains some good-sized fish, and you actually take a buddy along. You go in a boat, you go into the middle of the lake, and you each throw out a fishing rod, and now you're catching more fish and you have more choice. But listing with a realtor is equal to going to Lake Winnipeg, hiring a fishing trawler complete with crew, and ordering them to go out for 3 days straight and drag the lake with the big net, haul up all the fish, and then you, the owner, get to pick the best one in the bunch. And that's kind of like what listing with a realtor is. You get your choice of the best, most motivated buyers in the marketplace today. So in other videos, I'm going to talk about how to pick a realtor, and I'm going to go in detail into what my marketing plan for homes is, what sets me apart from other realtors. But in the meantime, here's how you can get a hold of me, and I do look forward to your comments or feedback or questions anytime. I look forward to hearing from you. And to contact me, Bo Kaufman at Remax Performance Realty at 942 St. Mary's Road. My direct line cell phone is area code 204-333-2202, and my email is bokaufman@remax.net, and that name is spelled BOKAUFFMANN. My website is winnipeghomefinder.com, and you're going to find all of my videos there. Simply on the home page, look at the left-hand column near the bottom. There's a button called Videos. Click on that, and you're going to find all the videos organized according to buyers' videos, sellers' videos, market updates, listings, well organized and access to all of them. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook, in both cases under my name, Bo Kaufman. And speaking of Facebook, I also have 2 pages on Facebook. One is called Winnipeg Home Finder, with general real estate related information and videos, and the other one is called Winnipeg's Condo Resource, more specifically aimed at condominium living, buying, and selling. I do look forward to hearing from you. Anytime you have questions, just give me a shout or email me anytime. Thank you very much.